the other one.
You have to.
No.
Come on, support me. Come on.
No.
Fuck you,
Oh,
Mike.
shit.
I want the
Would you
trends when they happen, not 2 months later.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
You forgot to put the thing up.
All right, fire noise.
Fire noise.
No?
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 234 of the STS Guys. I'm Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. Welcome back to our month-to-month podcast, guys.
Bi-monthly
podcast.
No,
I missed you guys.
So like this is a weird month because like we've actually had stuff where we've had actual lives.
Yeah.
Between all of us, so that we've actually had to take some time off. This usually doesn't happen outside of like December. So I'm actually quite impressed with us getting out of our like comfort zones and going and doing things.
And it wasn't like even related to like a Comic-Con or anything, right? Like it was stuff. It was like weird stuff. Well, I guess you could say it's been a week.
Oh, I can't find
it. You did hit him.
It's been a week.
It has been a week. He's like,
I scrolled too far down. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go back up. we have too many of these things. I gotta go do some editing of old ones because there's too long of a list to find them.
It has been a few weeks.
It's definitely been a few weeks.
I think it's been a few months for me.
Yeah, it's been a bit. It's been a bit. So
it was like pre-Christmas, like since we've talked to Mike. So yeah, and Jeremy and I held it down by ourselves a couple weeks ago, but I don't even remember when that was because I didn't upload it on time. I uploaded it like 2 weeks late, and that was like 2 weeks ago. So it's probably been a month.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Real quick. But I'm sure we've all got stuff, but there's two important things that happened this week. Two extremely important things that happened. Number one, Fanatic of the Month, I think.
Manny.
Was our friend Manny, Night Bodega. So
Manny,
super
congrats.
special shout out to Manny. Yeah, for winning
Manny
Fanatic of the Week. That is awesome. And Jessica, Baby Light 83 on Instagram, won a photo a day challenge yesterday.
Whoa.
So, pretty crazy week for our friends and Funko Awards.
That's amazing.
I did not want to forget to say that.
And Larry, because you said it, I want to do this early.
I don't have friends. I got family.
So I just wanted to hit the button. But
what button was it? Because the buttons are family. I see it on my phone. The things are popping up for me. I don't know. Like something's wrong right now. Thank you, StreamYard. But anyway, yeah. So that was awesome. What else? What else has been going on, guys?
I'm 3D printing a life-size Bulbasaur right now.
That sounds amazing.
It's
how big? How big is a life-size Bulbasaur?
Like 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet, I think.
That's a big 3D print.
It's in awesome. 40 some pieces.
Well, I assume you're not doing it in one shot.
God, I wish I had one of those big ones.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying, like for like printing, like once you get into like the where you're judging things by feet.
Yeah,
for 3D printing, like that's a big print.
I think it's gonna be 10 spools of filament.
Yeah, I figured out one thing with 3D printing, right? Because I said I was doing 3D printing or not. I'm just not patient enough. I said it for 3D printing.
Yeah. You got to get more. That's all you just get more.
The thing is, like, Jeremy, I know for me, I'm the same exact way as you. I don't have the patience to sit there and figure out the designs and get everything, get it printed, and then sit and wait for the thing to do it. Like, I want it now, damn it. I am a consumer.
That's why you guys are tech people and I'm an engineer. I'm very patient. Yeah. I can draw that 3D shit and print it.
Well, because it's that. Well, then it's all. I said it's the one other thing. I said it's when you're like, especially said 10 to 12-hour prints. Hey, you're 8 hours in to that 10-hour
Something
print,
fucks up.
and then it fucks it up.
Yeah.
And then something fucks up, and then you're like, God damn it! And then you
Just
get
start it
pissed,
over
and
again.
Then you throw it against the wall, and then you have to
keep the
basically
printer
fix your
good.
wall.
That's all. You don't have to worry about it. If if your files are solid and your printer's good, then you're good.
Yeah.
Sure. That's cool.
No, I like it. It's fun.
Nah, I said it's still fun, but I just don't do it as much anymore.
It's just going to take me 20 days to print all the pieces.
Like I said, what I think I need it to get down to like 3D printers. They need to start. I mean, they're not super expensive anymore, but they need to continue to come down in cost to make it so where it's like, you know what, I'll just get one kind of like a coffee machine, just have it there to, and then
they got small ones that are
they
cheap,
do
like $60,
and I just need it for like or somebody to also have a repository of all replacement parts for like any item, so that I can just
there's a lot of that.
There is a lot of it, but you have to go searching for it. I want
like
for me, I want a single place to be like, my Samsung fridge had this shelf bracket break.
Yeah.
Find it, print a replacement, pop it on.
There are two new printers that I'm very interested in. One is the Bamboo X1 something, and it prints like 250 millimeters per second. Like it crushes the speed. Like mine does 100 millimeters per second reliably. This one does 250 like it's nothing.
250 and it's still extrusion and not like resin.
No, it's not a resin. It's a regular extrusion. But
I think
like $1,200.
Yeah, I think my next one is a resin.
I have a resin. I haven't fucked with it yet.
Yeah,
because it's a lot of cleanup.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's done about. But the detail I said in those resin ones are.
It's really. I got a small one. I haven't done much with it. I haven't even set it up yet.
Did you get an Elgu? Like I said, a Saturn.
Yeah, it's an Elgu. Yeah.
Nice.
There's a thing called MacBid around here where they buy Amazon returns. And then they put it up in an auction site. I'm like, fuck it, I'll throw $50 on it. Got a $300 printer for $50, and it was brand new. And then the same company that makes the one that I have, I forget the name. It's the one Creality.
Mm-hmm.
And they got an Infinite Z printer.
Yeah, the one with the treadmill, little treadmill.
Yeah, it's on like a treadmill, and it is so cool. But it's like $1,200, and I just can't justify. I'd have to print so many swords.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you have to figure out like what is it that you want to print at that cost. That is
around
longer.
You said you live in. You said live near like a wooded area. There's got to be a whole bunch like a LARPers. Like I said around you that needs some swords.
You would think
swords.
Not a lot of fucking nerds around here.
Shield, but it's kind of wide, right?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't do wide; it does long.
That's what I'm saying. You have to like do it in like that's.
It is what she said. Thank you.
That's good to be back.
It is good to be back. I will tell you, I have literally spent the last month doing absolutely nothing, just chilling at the house playing video games. The great thing about I love January through like April because that's usually like that's a good video game drop time, right? Like the Dead Space remake, Chef's Kiss, one of the best remakes.
I have it, but I haven't started it yet.
It is the example of how you do a remake because they took everything great about the game and amped it up and took all the crappy parts and changed them to make them good. So, case of point, there's a part of the game where you have to do the gun, like reset the guns, right, to take out like stray asteroids. It was a pain in the butt because you sat in this little seat thing and it was like this on-rail shooter thing. Sucked. The new version, they're like, we acknowledge that was a crappy game design.
What? Oh, yeah, I shaved my head. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Everyone just stopped. We're like, wait.
Surprise.
No, I shaved my head.
Yeah. I was going to say, I said, Michael Hall looks like an untattooed Post Malone.
Similar. I can see that.
Right?
Yeah. No, it does.
It looks good.
Sorry, you just caught me off guard.
Yeah. But they changed that whole sequence. So you go out of the ship, you have to fix the 3 guns. Way easier, way better. Load times are gone. Everything about it is just great. Like, I played the shit out of it, redid it on New Game Plus, played it again. Like, they actually added a whole secondary thing when you played on New Game Plus, and there's the secret ending sets up the sequel. So nice. It looks like we're getting a Dead Space 2 remake with that fucking eye thing. The worst video game scene in the worst mini game where you have a needle that you have to go and like if you don't get it right, it jabs it through your head. So yeah, that's it. Just been playing video games. Power washing simulator. Been great.
Yeah. You play that Hogwarts game?
I haven't yet, only because
you like trans people and you don't want to get
no, it has nothing to do with it. Has nothing to do with pro kind or anything like that. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan in general. Never was.
No, like I said,
but we know that.
An entire episode on shitting on Harry Potter.
Shitting on Harry Potter, right? Like never been. But the one thing I said is I've heard a lot of people say the game is good, except when it gets into the combat thing. It's basically a giant game of rock paper scissors, right? They use this spell, you use this counter. They use wind, you use this. Right, it's super rudimentary. Like, and I was looking for like if it's an RPG, I want a little bit more. Like the combat system in an RPG.
You're the wrong
is the
target
thing.
audience for it.
Like, I am not the right. I want.
Yeah,
it's made for tweens.
Yeah,
I heard it's a lot of fun though.
Some people, I have heard the same thing. It's just I need something that's like RPG wise. I need something with a good combat. Right, like that's the thing. And like basic, like we're just gonna dual spell thing. Doesn't seem robust enough.
There's enough there to not make you want to play it. Plus, it's Harry Potter.
Here's the thing:
if
I will probably I'll wait like a year and buy it when it's like $15.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Or when it's free.
Or when it's $70 right now. All the new games are $70.
Yeah,
it's a lot, man.
Yeah, screw that.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. That's why I've been loving Game Pass because it's dropping Atomic Hearts and is it Lo Wayne the like Chinese version of like a Dark Souls, like Sekiro kind of style game. Both are dropping on Game Pass in the next couple weeks. So like those will occupy my time too.
Harry Potter will be there soon enough.
Eventually. I was considering it and I was like, I'll wait for it to go on sale.
No.
Because I
was gonna wait for a buddy to be done playing it and then I can borrow his copy.
There you go. Yeah. That works too.
Yeah. So a couple things for me, right?
Get the button ready. Get the button ready.
Get the button ready. Yeah. Look at this guy. Look at this guy right here.
That is a cool figure.
Freaking Iron Man Mark 1. Like
hell yeah.
That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That was hot. That's hot. That is really hot.
And so what I said, a funny story about this one is even better, right? Bank error in my favor. I said they sent me 2 of them by mistake.
Nice.
So I have another brand new one. This is like a $500 figure.
So you told me about this, but they somehow printed 2 labels, right? Same tracking number,
same tracking number, same
doubled up.
Yeah, it's doubled up. Like I'm surprised. Like I said, it was a mistake on both Sideshow's part and UPS's part. How UPS let this slide through and deliver? And here's the thing: they came a day apart.
That's weird.
UPS is usually really good about going.
Yeah.
In this area where Jeremy and I live, FedEx is king. UPS is the worst carrier out here. They are awful.
Yeah, because
I've seen the guy walk up to my house to put the sticker, the "Sorry I missed you" sticker on my door. Didn't even have the package in his hand. Put the sticker on there and walked off on my camera. I was like, did I miss the first thing? No, I have cameras. I've recorded you, bud. Like you drove to my house to not drop off my package.
It's got to get to that last step first, right? It's not on that guy. It's on the first scan where it's not like this is a duplicate ID because UPS isn't getting paid for that.
Apart. Like I said,
it's weird.
It got scanned so many times. Like I said, when it got delivered, and it got scanned again the next day. So like when I got it like another Sideshow package, I said the next day, I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like,
when they scanned it, I guarantee it was like a box 1 of 1, box or box 1 of 2, box 2 of 2 situation on UPS side. They're like, oh, this is 2 boxes.
But even in those situations, there's 2 tracking numbers.
Exactly. Yeah, they're different. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's literally the same exact tracking number, same exact thing. So that was it. Then I said the only other thing I've been up to is that I actually did something today. So like, let me share this. Like I said, there's I said try my little hand at some culinary skills. Look at this.
What? Look at that fire.
Whoa.
Doing some cooking classes.
Cooking
very
classes.
Yeah.
What
so,
were you making
nice.
here?
So this was I was making some bananas Foster.
Oh,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
So like I said, as you can see, like I said, the entire class was like I said, was impressed by flambe.
Very
You
cool.
know what? You know what?
you
what
look
makes it
less
better.
impressed, more concerned about your flambe skills.
Well, because like I said, so what makes flambe better? The bigger the fire.
Yeah, I mean that's a good foot off of that pan. Like,
Yeah,
that's quite a fire.
that is a good flame.
Which is which
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's the reaction I said in the background here. It's like, whoa, that's a lot of flame.
Yeah,
That's a pretty big fire.
there you go.
Those bananas are burning.
Yeah.
Those bananas are
got it.
properly fostered.
Yep. So as I did that, I said it was a lot of fun. So then
Very cool.
after that. So
Nice, nice,
it was
nice.
Yeah,
fun
that's
doing
cool, man.
that. Yeah. Other than that, just playing video games. Like I said, I've been playing. I said like I had Dead Space. I'm waiting to start it. But I've been playing the new Plague Tale. Just because I wanted something different to play. And I said, I don't know if you guys have never played Plague Tale before. It's like a puzzle platformer. That's a type of game. So like where you basically have to figure out different ways and different puzzles to kind of get through like different areas. I said otherwise get eaten by like literally millions of rats.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds weird. It's actually
Yeah.
it's fun. Like it's like a different type of game.
It is a different type of game. It's very much like you said, I think like you said, it's a puzzler,
Mhm.
right? You're going from thing to thing. There's a certain way that you have to get through it. There's obstacles, things like that you have to figure out and get through. Fun game. I haven't played the second one yet. That's another one that's on the list. The first one was good though.
Yeah, no. Second one's definitely fun. I'm sort of a little less than over 3/4 of the way through that, but no, having a good time with that. Yeah, but other than that, yeah, nothing happened. Saw Ant-Man yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I saw
did-
Ant-Man on Thursday.
I did too. Thursday.
Yeah.
We could talk about that. Like no spoilers, maybe. We can do.
Yeah.
We can
We
You
do
can
can
talk.
do
You
another
can talk about it
question.
because like I'm
You-
waiting. I'm going on my whole boycott of the movie.
You're gonna wait
theater.
till Disney Plus in
Exactly.
2 months or whatever it
Yep.
is. Yeah.
Yep. I've just
Totally
like,
fair.
unless
then-
I have a real like strong reason to go to it, I'm not going to the theater.
Yeah,
I've
well,
given up
it's
on
cool.
them.
I'm like that with most movies. Like right, for example, like Wakanda Forever. I literally I watched it. I texted Larry as soon as I finished it. I'm like, man, this was terrible. Like it was bad.
Like
It wasn't anything special.
my thing with it is like
It was bad.
you needed to rethink what you were going to do, considering that you didn't do it well. That's a character that you recast, and you have the fans.
Nothing could have saved that movie.
Even
if
recasting
even if-
could have saved it.
I
Like-
think recasting and changing some of the plot lines, because then
I also didn't think it was that bad.
agreed. But like I said, I think you needed
Oh,
to
it was
recast and
terrible.
have T'Challa back in there, and just go with the whole.
Hey, let's almost kill each other. Like I said in the last 20 minutes of the movie. Oh, just kidding. We're friends now.
we
Yeah.
team up.
You know, in a movie called Black Panther, the Black Panther shouldn't show up 30 minutes before the end of the movie, right? Like they
Yeah.
should have just.
It's that.
She should have been Black Panther within the first 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if that, or like I said, this is a candidate that should have gone to a Disney Plus show. That you could have called it
Yeah.
something different.
Yeah,
And-
but the first one was so good and everybody liked it and it
it
did a
made
lot of good
tons of
stuff.
money,
So they
like
had
that.
to, right? They had to make a sequel.
It was terrible though.
Ed really liked it. I
To
don't know.
each their own. Like
Yeah,
to be fair, like they say, it's just
Well, it wasn't. It was terrible by like Marvel standards.
Well,
it
let's
was,
just- let's
it
just
was
put
an
it this
okay
way.
movie.
Let's put it this way. I said I liked Black Adam better, and that's not saying a whole
that's
bunch.
what I said too. Yeah, just because it was fresh, like it was a little different. Like I don't know. I
and
guess
even
maybe
I said The Rock should not be a superhero
No,
at all.
not even Black Adam, who didn't talk a whole lot through like the first half
No.
of that movie, and it
Yeah.
was weird. Well, I'm glad you guys finally saw it. But I mean, 'cause you had to see it. But it definitely was one of those ones where it made sense to wait for Disney Plus to see it.
Yeah.
Like, remember, that was one of the things I said. Like, I'm not sure why I'm going to see these the first day in the theater anymore. So.
Well, you had some extra time, so like,
Yeah, fair. I mean, I went and saw Ant-Man, and like I would have like first day, like I didn't wait, and the theater was like halfway full. that was weird too. Like I remember, like when you're sitting there waiting for it to start, I'm like, I remember Infinity War and stuff when it was tough to get tickets. And I know there's not a whole lot of other movies in the theater right now, so there's not a lot of competition. But it was only like halfway full opening day, like 6 o'clock, something like that, like prime time.
Yeah. And that's kind of also my problem. Like, I guess I'm not the only one that's like, fuck going to the theater.
Yeah, no. Like you said, because there's other options. A couple weeks or months, like it's what, middle of February, or what do you think, like May? It's probably going to be on. It's probably going to be on Disney Plus here, like Memorial Day at least, if not before. Yeah, I don't know, because Guardians comes out in May. It's probably going to be hit Disney Plus around the same time Guardians comes out.
They pushed the Marvels to November.
I saw that. Yeah, this week, right? That was the big announcement. I guess that's okay. I don't know if they're going to change anything or what they're doing, right? Because Feige did some interview or something like with Deadspin, and then was talking about how they want to limit the content.
Yeah, because they've been putting out shit.
Yeah, and try to do better things, right? All the other shows.
I think it's the diminishing returns, right? They're putting out so much stuff now. The quality is going to drop, right? Yeah. That they're saying like, all right, let's dial it back. And I think
they're dropping it from 6 shows to 2 shows this year.
Yeah. Loki, and what's the other one? Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
Yeah. Those are the only 2 that are for sure happening.
And I think to be fair, I'm all for that. 100%. Like I'm all for lower the amount of content so I can get better quality shows. You have shows that have good bits and pieces, but I want a good, solid, all-around show.
Yeah, and they were okay. And for me, it's not even the shows. Like the shows were like I didn't expect them to blow me away. They were fine. They were just something to watch on this streaming platform that I'm already paying for anyhow. Like, cool, thank you, give me content. But the movies, it's the Eternals, the Black Widow, the Doctor Strange, that Thor movie. Like, there's been like 5 or 6 of the last movies haven't been that great. Like, give me better movies.
And I think because up until we finally have, with Quantumania, we actually finally have the introduction of the bad guy, of the overarching bad guy. But like,
Phase 4, there really wasn't a bad guy.
How
there wasn't
it was directionless. Right, there was nothing. They weren't leading to anything.
Everything basically had like one connection point to something else, but then nothing else. Like within
nothing else, and it was all just basically like, all the people that we've took so long making the first Avengers, they're all old and want to stop making these action movies. So now we have to go back and tell an entire phase just to reintroduce the new versions of the characters without any real direction. That was, I think, my biggest gripe about the last couple Marvel movies was they led to nothing. And it was like they had these little plot things that like Loki had more to do with the new villain and everything than anything else. A TV show out of, to your point, 5 movies, one show had more to do with that. Like, it's rough, man.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about Quantumania?
Let's talk about
I liked it.
Yeah. All right. Well, like, I mean, if you haven't seen it,
everything.
If you haven't seen it, there's probably gonna be some spoilers because Scott said he didn't care. So, I liked it too. Like, it was good. Like, it's one of those things. Like, I'm not like, I need a minute and I need to go back and see it again to really like solidify my thoughts. But I liked it. I think I liked it better than everything I just mentioned. Right?
Oh yeah,
it was better than Doctor Strange.
It was better than anything, with the exception of Spider-Man. I said it was better. It was better than everything. I said in Phase 4.
Yeah,
there was 2 characters that I loved every time there was on screen.
Who? MODOK
and the Bev or Blub or whatever his name was.
Oh yeah, or the guy with the holes.
Yeah.
No, he was a unexpected kind of fun character. Yeah.
Well, that and what's his face from A Good Place.
Yeah, Chidi.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
I like that guy. Yeah.
There was one thing that would have made it a lot better. Is there was one character that was not in the movie from the first 2 Ant-Man.
Oh, yes.
Luis.
Yeah. What's his name? Michael Pena?
Michael Pena.
Yeah, he wasn't.
They should have had him be like the book narrator or something.
Yeah, something, or just even at the end, like,
or even in the beginning when Scott was doing the narration, it could have been Michael Pena.
Yeah. That would have been That would have been cool. But yeah, I noticed that too, right? I think they already said like T.I. wasn't going to be in it because he got into some trouble or whatever. But where was Michael Pena?
Yeah.
He was
The other
fun.
guy,
He was fun.
the other guy was Bev. You know, like the weird guy, the hacker guy. He voiced Bev or Blub or whatever his name is.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't realize that.
The Baba Yaga guy,
Damien.
Yeah.
Something. But yeah, so this is what's interesting, right? I said about like
if this was a DC movie, everybody'd be like, "It's great. They don't know what they're talking about."
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I said because this has a worse score than Eternals. I said from a critic's point of view.
Yeah, that's sad. I saw like it's worse.
Is really polarizing though.
Yeah.
Jeremy's got it up now, right? The review score is 48. The audience score is 84 on Rotten Tomatoes. I was looking at this earlier today too. It's right. The 48 is less than Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Right. So the second one, I like this way more than I like that one.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think compared to Ant-Man 2?
Oh, well, I said this was way better than Ant-Man 2.
I thought so. I really didn't.
Honestly,
like
this let the character get its foot. I said get its footing, and plus I said right, it helped connect to the wider universe. Like I said, it actually Ant-Man 2 felt like it wasn't connected to anything.
I mean, it was trying to set up other things, and that was the whole purpose.
Well, besides the end credit scene, right?
Yeah, that's it.
I said, but like I said, this, like I said, felt like I said, actually connected. I said to different stuff.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, it's interesting, right? Because everyone's like, oh no, it's like all these critics, it's worse than Eternals and this, that, and the other. I'm like,
no,
I don't know if we watched the same movie.
I don't put any stock into what the critics say because I'm very under the thought process that they are purposefully trying to give superhero movies bad scores so that they quit making them and they don't have to review them as often.
Yeah.
I honestly feel that
that could be
that is not a conspiracy theory at all. I'm pretty sure like I have read articles where critics have said like they're tired of it.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Like it's not. I mean, even if Marvel lets off the gas a little bit, all those DC movies are coming really soon. Like it's not going away.
3 Marvel movies a year is not bad. I don't think
that's fair.
No,
yeah,
that's not.
Because it's 3 this year, right? It was Ant-Man, Guardians, and the Marvels.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not even that, right? It's going back towards like I said, like all the art type movies. Those can't get made anymore, right? I said just because by the time I said you pay for the advertising, pay for everything else. Like I said, like those artsy fartsy movies. I said they have to basically make $100 million. In order just to even break even by the time you pay for all the marketing costs and everything else like that, right? So I was watching. It was actually an interview with Matt Damon. I said I actually talked about.
I saw that too.
So you're actually kind of like, well, why aren't these movies made anymore? Yeah. And he actually went into it in regards to like, oh yeah, it's like, hey, if we wanted to make like a Good Will Hunting or this, that, like you'd basically by the time you put in the marketing, by the time you put in everything else, that you wouldn't make any money on it. And so these are the only movies that are making money just because, like I said, you get the return on investment for it. So like that's why a lot of these critics hate these movies too, because they don't have like the art series and movies that they have.
But that's not the fault of that. Like those art movies are never going to bring in an audience though. No, like the size of the audience, like not
they're too niche and narrow. They don't have broad appeal.
Kind of going back to your point in regards to like reviewers tanking it on purpose. So it's like I'm a film critic. I said, what are you gonna review? I said, it's in order to be like an established film critic, right? I said you have to basically have like I said a whole bunch of those like kind of like artsy films set in the other. Like honestly, like I would love a film critic that was just like I said just a fan. I said of just like normal stuff. Like same thing, right? Like I said, film critic for horror movies. Like, hey, guess what? Rate Terrifier 2. I said hey, guess what? This is great. That's a perfect example, right? Or Ant-Man, right? I said, hey, comic book movie guys, comic book reviewers. Yeah. But yeah, no, traditional. I said movie critics. Like I said, I think we're going to continue to see this.
You're going to continue to see it, and I just don't. The rationale, though, I think is the weirdest thing, right? Because it's the idea of if we don't like make these superhero action movies, these niche other movies will get made, and the people that go to the superhero movies will all flock to this period piece. And it's like, dude, you're not stealing. The thing is that I feel like it's really strange is it's like they're trying to think like these Marvel movies are stealing audiences from our movies. And it's like, no, they're not. Your movie, if I go to a Marvel movie, it doesn't mean
you went away.
Scott's mic broke.
Apparently I'm glitching on audio here. I can't go like if I go to a Marvel movie, the next day I could go to the period drama if I wanted to go see it. But guess what? I'm not the type of guy that's going to go to that period drama. It's not going to happen.
Well, that's kind of always the way it's been,
Scott's
right?
never going to go to the period drama.
No. But like all the movies that are up for like Best Picture and stuff, it's usually movies that like like, I don't know, normal Joe Sixpack. Like normal guys just like don't go see.
Yeah.
When you said Joe Sixpacks, I immediately got that scene from King of the Hill. I said season 2 was when she has the pup show. I'm Joe Sixpack.
Yeah, that's probably where I got it from. Right, like just normal families aren't going to see that stuff. Like the fact Top Gun was up for like Best Picture is like insane, right? Like that's a fairly blockbustery summer blockbuster movie. That normally doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, because they
Even
didn't
like
have
Way
any
of the
options.
Water, right? I won't see Way of the Water out of principle.
I won't
But
either. I said
I don't even know what that is.
it took
Avatar
them
2.
13
Pocahontas
years to
space
make Way of
sequel.
Water, right?
Yeah.
13 years,
Yeah.
and they made $2 billion on it.
It's crazy.
But if you think about how many billions Marvel has made putting out 3 movies a year in the amount of time it took them to make Avatar, what was even the point of making Avatar?
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
It's true. I mean, you still made billions, so it's still cool. But
but it took them 13 years.
I see what you're saying. You could have figured out a way to make James Cameron could have made 10 movies during that time.
It looks so much nicer.
Yeah, whatever. I have
not
no
on your
interest in seeing
TV. You know.
Even so far, like CG only goes so far. Like it doesn't look photorealistic yet. So I can still tell like those are fake blue aliens. Like,
well, even they say 2.2 billion, but only domestically it only made 652.
Yeah,
Then 150 billion or 1.5 billion of it was international.
Yeah,
but
a lot.
You got to figure they don't put Marvel movies in China.
Yeah, because
not all of them.
But they put this one so that.
But this one was in China.
Because it's bad US.
Yeah. So I thought of one that's popular international, right? That's made probably about 10 movies since that Avatar movie came out. The Fast and the Furious franchise. Yeah. Same idea, right? It's big budget, but it's the script. The stories are very simple. But you can just kind of crank those out, and those make billions.
You have Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
It looks pretty dope.
Did you see because I guess this is like a 2-parter, right?
I think
they're
so,
doing the 2-parter.
The next one's the last. It's 10, and then 11's the last one.
11's the last one. They're trying to make, I guess, RDJ
11.
They're trying to court him to be the main big bad for the 11th one. So they're
not,
trying to. They're never going to get him, but they're.
You think they're going to stop after 11? Like,
no. I mean, Vin Diesel might stop after 11.
Vin Diesel might stop, but they'll spin it off into the fast
Hobbs
universe.
and Shaw.
Yeah. Or
that
like
was the tester.
What else is Tyrese doing? Like Tyrese is gonna make. What else is the guy who plays Han doing? Like there'll be some type of Fast and the Furious forever. Like maybe Vin Diesel or Michelle Rodriguez or whatever. Maybe a couple of the people are just going to be done. But Vin Diesel will take $1 million.
And Furious presents.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Whatever for infinity, for forever and ever and ever. And Vin Diesel will show up, for $1 million or something, film a scene just to tie it all together.
Yeah.
Easy. He just doesn't have to do crazy stuff.
He'll come out and say family.
Yeah, he'll be at the barbecue at the end like they always have. Like Uncle Dom.
There are 2 crossovers that I was very disappointed that didn't happen. Right, one of them was 21 Jump Street and Men in Black. That movie got killed, and I was devastated.
That would have been fun.
2, it was the Fast and Furious Jurassic Park.
That would have been amazing.
Crossover.
Yeah,
that would have been amazing.
Well, now maybe they couldn't do it with Jurassic Park, but they could do it with that Adam Driver.
Yeah,
they could do it with that dinosaur.
That's like 65 looks pretty sick.
That looks freaking awesome. It's a great concept too. right.
It's set back in time, and
it's set back in time, and then
well, is that what
they
went back in
are
time?
The aliens?
That's what it's 65 million BC, right? Is
right, but I
thought
they were just aliens that stumbled upon prehistoric Earth.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were from the future.
No,
no, they're aliens they're aliens that stumbled from.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Prehistoric Earth, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's Earth is the alien planet.
They just happen to be Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
It's gonna be sick. That's gonna be.
It looked. It looks really, really good.
I saw that Cabin in the Woods or Knock at the Door or whatever. Knock at the Cabin.
Is that the M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong next one?
Yeah.
Have the typical twist.
You can wait for it.
Yeah.
Wait for it to be on a streamer. I had some free time, so I went to go
all
see
of
it.
his movies, like I said, have been that way. Like I said, I watched. I'm glad I waited for Old.
Yeah.
Too. Like that was another one that was
Old.
terrible.
You could just read the synopsis. You don't have to watch the whole thing.
Did the one movie that popped up on my YouTube ads this week was for Tetris? Did you guys see a trailer for a Tetris movie?
Yeah, but it's not like Pixels, right? It's like the history of Tetris.
Yeah, it's an Apple TV one, and it's about the guy who had to like go to Russia to secure the license to create the Tetris game, like for Nintendo and Game Boy. And apparently, like, right, this was kind of a height of Cold War stuff was still going on, and a lot of like shenanigans went on for him to try to get this, like with KGB and that kind of stuff. It looks like, and Gorbachev's in it, and like it's got this insane story that I had no idea was a thing. So I'm probably gonna watch that when it comes out.
It's also there's a few different movies that are kind of like that's like the new style movie too. That's the new Marvel movie, right? It's the origin story of something, because they also have the one that's coming out, Air, right? That's the history.
That looks pretty good.
That actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that one for sure.
Apple TV's got some bangers coming out. That Shrinking, that I heard's pretty good.
With
Jason Segel and Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Then there's a new one where somebody's selling timeshares on the moon. I think that comes out today.
I haven't seen anything on that. I did see the Harrison Ford one. That one looked pretty good.
And then Ted Lasso comes out next month.
Oh, cool. New season Ted Lasso.
Have you guys been watching Last of Us?
Hell yeah.
No.
So good.
It's like it is probably the best.
Ridiculous how good it is.
It's crazy how good it is.
Absolutely amazing.
Like exactly how you do. I said a video game adaptation. Like
is there one more episode or is it done?
There are 4 more episodes.
Oh, okay. All right,
I think there's 10.
I
right?
think there's 8.
I was told 4 more today. So if it's is it episode 5 just happened, right? So if somebody was lying to me, I'm going to be very upset. How many episodes?
There's 9.
No, there should be one on tomorrow.
There's one tomorrow, and then there's 3 more.
They did drop one early for the Super Bowl,
right?
And
so
then
there's 4 more,
there's
right?
4 more.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's 9 total. Yeah, the last one is on March 12th, so about a month.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
cool. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it when it's done. I know you guys said you really liked it when we talked about it when it first started, and I've seen good things since then. But I don't know.
It's amazing.
That, and it's outpacing literally everything that HBO's put out. So,
but yeah, it did better than
it beat House of Dragon. House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, like it's
nobody cared about that.
It's a great show. Like
Game of Thrones fell out of favor real fast.
And honestly, it's one of those shows like you could literally almost shot by shot play the shit, like play the video game. I said, or watch the show. Like, so there's some subtle changes that they've made, but there's positive changes they had to make, like for TV, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god,
the Bill thing. Episode 3,
whatever. The Bill episode killed me.
The Bill episode, I like the way they handled that, because the game is more of a sidestep almost, right?
Yeah.
Where you have to go and do this little like random fetch quest for Bill, and then you go to the school, you do all this stuff. It's kind of like, just adding another, a little quest on top of it. Having it show up where you do the whole Bill story, you get to tell the story that's only told in the background of the game as the front thing, and then have it change a little bit. I think they did it way better. And then it lets them skip a big tedious quest and just kind of move on. Like, oh, we got the truck. We didn't have to go steal the battery from the bus that was, with inside the school and go through that whole thing.
Yeah.
Do you guys think?
And then, I think Black Brett brings up episode 5 too. Episode 5, right? Like I said, with the changes they made with like Henry and Sam, like, dude, I'm like, that episode was freaking nuts. Like,
do you think they'll have a flashback with Ellie in the mall, like the prequel game?
I think
this
so.
Season, or do you think
I
they'll
don't think
wait?
it'll be this season. I think they'll wait.
I don't know.
We're not getting the whole game in the whole season. Like game one isn't going to be season 1.
No,
right?
I think so.
That is exactly what they're doing. Game 1 is season 1
because they've moved.
The premiere of season 2 is going to be a real big bummer.
Yeah, because they have because right now you got to think, right. So normally it was in Philly, the game where they're at right now, the apartment building with the 2 kids. That usually takes place in Philly, but they moved it to Kansas City to let them kind of get a little bit further along, right?
Yeah. And then in Wyoming next episode.
And Wyoming next episode,
Tommy.
And then the game ends in Utah.
Yeah,
right. That's the next place. I just really hope they do the cannibal group justice when they get to that part. That's the one that's coming up. I hope that they don't change a whole lot there or make any major changes. That is a really, really like fucked up but kind of powerful like spot of the game. So I really hope they don't change that.
Yeah.
That's where Nolan North is, right? He's one of the cannibals.
So he was was it Jacob? I think the main guy that was the head of the cannibal cult that wants Ellie as a breeder.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Is he the Uncharted guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Nailed it.
I think I've seen him at a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
There's
I have no idea.
Larry,
I really hope
watch
they
the
do
show.
the giraffe bit. I want her to see giraffes, and it's going to be good. It's going to be real good.
It's gonna be. I said it's gonna be good. Well, then I think too, right? I think because they said, hey, we're not gonna drag this on forever. Putting my money on it right now, they're going to create basically a Last of Us universe. I said out of this, so hey, they're going to do the games, but then they're going to do spin-off series in regards to a show basically on in the inception of Fedra. I said, or hey, I see a prequel show happening too.
You could do anything that's like we always wanted with Star Wars. Tell me some stories of things that are happening away from the main group, right? Bring in
20 years you can cover too, right?
Exactly.
There's so many things they can do.
Show me more of when it first started.
I don't see them getting. I said like just leaving this just as the games. Like they realize now that this is making money, and like we probably need to do something. So
get Pedro working again. He doesn't have enough going on.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. He needs more.
Hey, Mandalorian comes out on the 1st, right? March 1st.
Scott keeps on ditching out.
Scott's got.
We need more of Pedro Pascal with a kid.
Yeah, transporting a kid. He could have been in the 64 movie instead of Adam Driver. That's got a kid in it, keeping the kid safe. Missed opportunity.
The actress the person that plays Ellie is 19.
Bella Ramsey.
Yeah.
No,
she was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, she was in Game of Thrones. Yeah, she was
they were in Game of Thrones. What?
Yeah. Because she was the leader of Bear Island. I forgot what Game of Thrones name was, but she was. Like I said, she died horribly in Game of Thrones. Glad to brings up a good point. She's like, she loves when shows use the beginning. I said one of the reasons I like the Fear the Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead. That is one show that I actually like better and better as it grew on. Like I actually ended up liking Fear the Walking Dead better than the actual The Walking Dead, because they took it a completely different direction. Especially with how they traveled, I said, between Mexico and a few other stuff. Plus that gotta love that they do a lot of that filming here in Texas.
Oh yeah.
How do you think the new shows are going to be?
I don't know.
Because there's 3 new shows, right?
Wait. Jeremy said,
Yeehaw! There you go.
there you go.
There we go.
I don't know.
Yeah, because there's what the island, Walking Dead Island, Walking Dead Dixon, and then Michonne and Rick.
Yeah.
Because
I
they
don't
took Rick's movies away and they're just a season now.
Okay. I didn't know that. I'd have very little interest unless
you got to know what happens to Rick.
I don't
who
care.
cares?
It's
Like,
been
I get what
years
happens
since
to Rick.
Yeah.
It's been years since I watched that show.
Okay, so here's
care.
the thing, Mike. Right? Yeah. Would you rather see? I said a season on Rick and Michonne, or more of Last of Us?
Well, it's 2 different things.
No, it's in the same realm. Like
I would probably like to see more of
Last of Us because like I said,
Last of Us.
it is. I said 100 times better. I said than Walking Dead.
But I hate phones that are left off the hook. Right? So you got to know what happened to Rick and Michonne because Rick is alive and Michonne went to go find him. So you got to know. You can't just leave that phone off the hook. Just like when they cancel his show on a cliffhanger, that pisses me off so much.
Yeah, it sucks.
Give us a movie of Pushing Daisies so they can finish that. Just stuff like
somehow.
that. Yeah.
Ed wants a Rick and Michonne. He's with you, but he also doesn't care about Last of Us.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing, Ed. I said I will strongly disagree with you there.
I do like Last of Us, and I hope like Last of Us Origins or Last of Us.
It seems like just because it's been so popular, they got to find a way
because
to
they plant
because
this was something they did a little bit different than the games too. Is they planted origin seeds in the show. Because I said in the game, I said they never get into basically like hey, I said like the thoughts of how the original infection started. So like in the show, I said they basically mentioned they think it got into like said the flour supply and the wheat supply, and that's how it basically spread so fast because India was responsible for like 80% of the world's flour, and then basically it got shipped every place, and then within like a day or two. But
then it's crazy if you notice because I never noticed it, but they're like they don't eat any wheat in that first episode.
Yeah.
And I never noticed it until it was pointed out on a TikTok.
Yeah.
They almost do.
They get really close to doing
because
it, and they don't.
Yeah, no, then they don't.
Oh. That was awesome. They almost do. Then Scott leaves. Weird. Okay. So I have a random show that I doubt either of you have watched, but we watched it. Did either of you watch on Disney Plus the National Treasure show?
No, because it looked terrible.
It's not that bad.
I heard it's really millennially
cringy.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like the movies were fairly ridiculous and they solve clues like super fast, right? Just because they have to.
National Treasure isn't the same without Nicolas Cage.
It's
well,
not.
They're doing 3, right?
I think they're doing another movie. Yeah. And the other guy is in it, like not the Nicolas Cage guy, his friend. He was in an episode.
The dorky dude.
Yeah, who
from Hangover.
Yeah, that guy. He helped him solve a clue. It's not
just a clue, not a whole thing.
Is it a clue?
No, he's in like episode 3. He helped solve a clue. Go ahead.
I want to watch it because I think I'd like something. It's because like I like. And I know they're not the same, but like 911 and 911 Lone Star, they're like problem solvies, right?
Okay. Yeah, this one's like, it's almost too set up and
it's a tween Blues Clues.
Like, yeah, sure, right? A clue,
maybe I don't want to watch it then.
Right, let me get out my handy dandy notebook.
Are they all out?
What?
Is it all out?
I think so. Yeah. I have not. We have like 2 episodes left, so yeah, the last one is out now. So you could watch the entire thing, and I would recommend.
Or they?
I think it's less than an hour. It's not bad. Like if you just want to watch something and you like the National Treasures and you kind of like the history and like you said, solving clues, it's fine. I don't know if it's going to get a season 2. I haven't heard anybody talk about it, but we started watching it just because.
I forgot it was even a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing until you said it.
Yep. But it's been out like for 2 months and nobody's talked about it. But if you really want something to watch on Disney Plus, because there's nothing else new to watch on Disney Plus. You could do worse. So I watched all that, but I haven't watched Last of Us.
Last of Us is really good, Larry. I know you're not a.
I'd probably give it a shot.
I
just don't know like Ed said it too. Like I don't know the video.
It doesn't matter though. It's just a good show.
Like literally, you
think that many millions of people played the game?
No. Well, that's the thing. Like,
no, true.
Here's the thing. It's almost better that you didn't play the game, just because you get to experience the story. Like I said, like fresh. Like with me, right? I already know exactly what's going to happen. It's literally following the game exactly to a T. So like.
But with little tweaks to make it work for TV, right?
Like little tweaks, right?
But then you notice the little tweaks and you start thinking about the little tweaks rather than just watching the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they don't put on face masks all the time.
Yeah, there's no spores. Like I said, spores.
Yeah, there's no spores like there was.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems like a good choice.
But no, it's like I said, you don't need to know the game. I said to enjoy the show. Like that is one thing. I said
just like you didn't need to know the Walking Dead comics to enjoy the Walking Dead or the Boys comics or.
Yeah, I knew nothing about
Invincible.
The Boys. I knew a little bit about Walking Dead, but I knew nothing about like The Boys, and The Boys is still really good. So yeah, I don't know. That's why I kind of asked how many are left. Like I feel like maybe when it's done or it's close enough to being done that I could probably start it now and be caught up by the time that last episode comes out, because I probably wouldn't watch more than an episode a week anyhow.
The Boys season 4 trailer came too, or teaser.
Did it? I didn't see that.
I thought it. I know an Invincible season 2 teaser came out, but I thought there was a The Boys season 4, right?
Yeah, it would be. I haven't seen anything. Ed says season 3 of Picard was really good. The season premiere. That's out
you know
too,
what? It was like a jokey VOT plus thing with the red-haired CEO lady talking about how all the numbers are up and
it's kind of like a don't forget about us kind of thing, like not really a trailer, but like, hey, Boys is still a thing coming soon.
Well, season 4 is the last season, right? They're not doing a 5?
Well, because I said the rumor has it they're going to kill Homelander.
Well, that's how the comics end, right?
Well, yeah,
maybe.
It's going to be interesting to see how they do it this time, because they got rid of the one person that makes the sense.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever watched season 3.
Oh,
I don't think I ever watched season 3. Oh, I started it on the plane because there's the scene with the guy's stuff, and I don't think I ever finished season 3.
You don't even get the Herogasm episode? Like,
Yeah, I don't think I ever finished
Go finish season 3. Season 3 is actually better than season 2.
Season 3.
That was like a year ago, too, probably, or at least 6 months.
I don't know.
I think you'd like it. Boys is pretty good.
The Boys is really pretty good. Invincible's great. Umbrella Academy's great.
Yeah, that final season's coming soon, too.
And that'll make me get Netflix back. I canceled Netflix.
Yeah, I still have it. I almost did. I surely should, because I don't watch anything on it.
I tried it. All I watch is New Girl.
Okay. Yeah.
On Netflix, and I just bought it on DVD.
Yeah, there you go. So much easier to just click the button. But yeah. It's not worth paying whatever it is.
You rip it and put it on your Plex server, and then
that's exactly what I did.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, because I said it, because I'm perfect case in point. This is actually a good topic. Like, because I said everyone dogs on me for like buying physical media still, right? Because I'm like, I still, like I said, will not buy digital stuff, like, because I said I can get just as much. Like I said, I can get as much joy out of physical media. I said I can rip it. I said other stuff, and you're not really saving anything. Case in point, right? Netflix, like I said, is ripping off all of Arrested Development, even their own original ones. I said I said it's disappearing from the service and doesn't have a home, and it's most likely not to have a home.
Which is a bummer, because it's a great show.
Exactly, but that's exactly why, though, right? Like I said, continue to invest in physical media. Like I will continue to basically buy like I said, all Marvel movies, even though I can watch it on Disney Plus. Like I said, if it's a Marvel movie that I like, I said I'll still buy the physical copy. Just own it.
Yeah,
well, they could always change it, like they changed the Star Wars movie,
or right. It's like another thing, right? I said. Same thing. I said they change stuff. Like, that's exactly right. So like, do you ever watch the show 13 Reasons Why?
I know
No,
of it from you
but
guys.
I do get called a lot of people's 13th reason.
Yeah. So there's a suicide scene in there, right?
Yeah. That was the whole thing, right?
In the original one, showed everything.
Hmm.
They cut it out now, so you can't find it anyplace. I said the episode. I said like that 10 minutes of the episode doesn't exist anymore anyplace.
Well, wasn't there also like there's an episode of some Disney show or Adventure Time when they cut Louis C.K. voice out of it and they had him revoiced and re-uploaded.
Wow, that's crazy. When he got canceled a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, I have The Office, Parks and Rec, Happy Endings, Community, all that bullshit on DVD because you never know. You never know. Like they pulled an episode of Community.
Yeah.
And
it was a
good episode of they did the same thing with Scrubs. They pulled like 10 episodes of Scrubs.
Really?
Yeah.
Lame. You said Community, and I was searching for the name of the show. Did you watch Animal Control?
And it was great.
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed it. It's one of the
better than I thought it would be.
It's very good for the first episode of a new sitcom, and it's got I don't know any of their names other than Joe McHale. No. They've got the lady from Mr. Mayor and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. You've never watched Mr. Mayor?
No, I have no
idea. Oh my God, Mr. Mayor is a show where Ted Danson becomes the mayor of LA.
Oh,
it was written for Alec Baldwin, and then he turned it down and then killed somebody. So
good choice.
Yeah. So it was that was another one of the fucking shows that ended on a goddamn cliffhanger, and then they canceled it.
Okay. No, I do remember this being a thing, but I have not.
I think it's Holly Hunt and Bobby Moynihan and Ted Danson. It's a great show.
Galactic Price asking how is Silicon Valley? Like Silicon Valley.
I like Silicon Valley.
It's the best.
Yeah. Silicon Valley's great. Oh, especially I said, right? Like I said, it's especially great if you've worked in that industry. Like just because, like I said, it is. I'm telling you right now. I said for if you've never worked in tech or never worked in like I said for any like tech company, everything in that show, every trope in that show is 100% true. 100% true. All of that legitimately happens.
Did they lay anybody off? I don't remember that episode.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they do.
All right, good.
I watched it like 6 months ago.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
Remember, because they lay off Big Head because I said,
"Oh yeah, duh." Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, because Hooli, Hooli does, Hooli. Right? Yeah, I was thinking Pied Piper. Pied Piper does it, but you're right. Hooli does.
Yeah, Hooli lays people off because I said they messed up their contracts.
Yeah,
that's why they call you Big Head, right? Because your last name's Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Huh. That's my favorite part of the whole series. I got a big head. It's not because your last name's Spaghetti. Huh.
Just I remember when like season 1 or season 2 when he is just like sitting up on the roof like with those other people drinking a Slurpee or whatever and just taking out and just taking his paycheck. That was amazing.
Episode 1 with the crappy concert from Kid Rock.
Oh yeah, yes. In the backyard. Backyard. Oh my God, yes, yeah.
That
is tech right there.
I have personally been at a tech show at a tech where Kid Rock had played.
Yeah.
Galactic Brock brought up Crashing on HBO. That was a great Pete Holmes show. It was great.
I don't remember that.
It was Pete Holmes trying to be a stand-up comedian. He kept crashing it. Him and Lauren Lapkus and a bunch of people were on it.
My favorite comedic show that I've seen in a long time is The Cabin on Netflix with Bert Kreischer.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Bert Kreischer, The Machine.
Yes.
Did you ever see
that Bobby Lee episode of The Cabin was fantastic.
There, did you ever watch him and who's the other guy? Tom Segura.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see Tom Segura's dance video where it's like a promo for his
podcast?
No, for his tour, and it's him dancing.
No, I gotta look it up.
And Bert's in it, kinda. It's amazing. You gotta watch it.
Very cool.
But wasted. That show was called How We Roll, and it was very good. A Pete Holmes sitcom where he's a bowler, professional bowler. It's pretty good. I watch a lot of sitcoms, guys.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. Your favorite genre of shows? Not
it
all
really
the Law and
is.
Orders or anything. Yeah,
No.
it's the goofy
I
sitcoms.
do like The Rookie and the 911s.
Okay.
I do watch those.
Rookie is with what's his face, right?
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion, yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I've never watched it, but I've seen.
It's so good. It's got like 5 seasons. Well, and I do watch the new Rookie spinoff, Rookie Feds, with
Didn't know that was a thing.
Oh God, she was from Reno 911. The African American lady.
Oh,
Nancy
Nash.
Yeah,
that lady. I've seen her before. I didn't know that.
Jeremy,
that
you
was
watching the video?
Yeah, I have seen this. I just forgot. I haven't seen it in a long time. I just forgot about it.
Interesting.
It's
well.
You know what else is great?
Yeah, you know what else is great? Following us on social media.
Yes.
Do you know how to do this?
Nah, it took me a second. This is gonna be rough.
It's been a while.
I think I know the 3. You can follow us on Instagram at STS Guys. You can follow us on Twitter, also at STS Guys. And guess what? We're on Facebook at the STS Guys. And I'm Larry from the STS Guys.
Shilling like a villain.
Shilling like a villain. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
So dumb.
Oh, Larry, I'm mute.
Larry, you muted yourself.
I did not. Oh, I can't even see you guys. I don't know what my computer's doing, but whatever.
What is happening?
This is, I don't know, StreamYard. Like, it didn't play the video for me. But anyway, so we do that. Then we talk about coffee. So if you like coffee, delicious coffee, or super rad merch, check out Lost Astronaut Coffee Company. Use the link in our Instagram bio, and you can save on your first order. Lost Astronaut Coffee Company.
It's the best.
It's the best. I see fire noise.
Hit it!
Oh, there it is.
Oh. And you like podcasts.
Yeah. We've got some friends who have some podcasts.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Who else has a podcast that's still live? Oh, you're on mute again, Larry.
Larry, you're muted.
Dear StreamYard, don't do that. Like, that's dumb. What are you doing? Okay. You know what? Fun fact is we can add one back. So check out our friends of podcasts like Pop Collectors Alliance.
Yeah,
that's right. They got 3 episodes this year. Yeah,
looks like someone's trying to go back to San Diego.
Yeah,
I got tickets, baby.
nice. I haven't listened. I should listen, but so shout out to those guys. I'm happy to see that they're back. You know who else keeps grinding? Secondary Heroes. Those guys don't miss a week. Average Nerd Podcast. Pretty sure that's still a thing. Nerdy Curious Movie Retakes. I'm not sure if that's still a thing. Toy Rewind Podcast. They're still grinding too. 3 Beers and a mic. Just a little podcast. Cookie, he did one. I've got Raw Boys on this list, but I don't think Raw Boys has had an episode in a little bit.
Raw Boys is going away because it takes 3 hours to do an episode.
Yeah, I get it.
So Josh and I are doing a new one.
Oh, okay. What's that?
It's called The Dumbest Thing. Because apparently that's not the name of a podcast. How is it not? I was able to get.
Yeah, okay.
I was able to get Dumbest Pod on all the social media and the website. And I'm like, how is nobody?
Yeah, that's really good.
A word and pod, like how
in a basic word, right? Like dumbest, like that's key. I like
it. But basically everybody's favorite part of Talking Pops was Josh and I getting mad and yelling at each other.
Yeah.
So we're coming up with a list of things to get mad at each other about, and that's just going to be what it is.
All right, cool. I mean, that was everybody's favorite part, except for the people who like to complain that you started off the podcast with like 30 minutes of just complaining.
The fun stuff.
Yeah, the fun stuff. You know, those buzzkills who like to like just get to the pops. Just skip ahead, man. If you don't like the banter, right? I remember
Funko
that.
collectors are the worst. I'm just throwing that out.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that, right?
That industry is getting on the old life support.
Yeah.
Get a little desperate there with the old NFT debacle.
Oh my God.
That
Don't
was
even
fun.
get me started.
Oops.
I mean,
that was fun.
Oops.
I understand why everybody was mad. I wasn't thrilled about it, but it's also before Drop was handling everything. That was
right. The Turtles was the one that was separate from everything that's been since the Turtles.
Yeah, I think the Turtles and the one after the Turtles they handled.
Okay. Yeah.
I still should have smushed them, right? Or at least give them away to people. I don't want to get into it.
Well, at least don't put it on the sign at your warehouse sale that says NFT Pops $15.
Right.
You know, they I don't think they ever hit the floor, right? They backdoored employees, fine. But all they had to do was not put it on that sign and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But
right.
I
don't know.
Did you see all the fights at that warehouse sale? That looked like it was a good time.
I'm surprised you didn't go after the first day.
For that.
No, dude, I told you both. Like, it's far. I mean, it would have been an hour and a half drive just to get there. People were waiting in line 2 hours just to get in. And you know what? My heart just isn't in it anymore. Like, there's no Pops I wanted that I want to drive 3 hours back and forth. You know, even if I could just walk in, there's nothing I'd want. I could have took they had that Hall H ready. Like, I kind of wanted that, but if I really wanted that, I would have just bought it on eBay. Like, 6 months ago.
They're not that much, right?
They're like $60
limited.
I looked.
Yeah, they're limited to 6,000. They can't be that much.
I would have just bought one if I really, really wanted it, and that was the best thing they had. I mean, if they would have had pallets of like NFT Pops, I probably would have felt like I missed out. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, it's fine. I stand by my choice. It wasn't worth it, and it's just ridiculous how crazy some people can be. Just again I get it, they're cheap Pops and you have a store, fine, whatever, but I don't know, man, it's just not for me anymore.
Yeah, I see a lot of people ditching lately.
Yeah, I mean, I still appreciate it. I still appreciate the friends we've made because of it, all that stuff, but I have no interest. There's no Pops I want.
Oh
yeah, I know you both have empty shelves behind you, so yeah, I get it. Like, it's, you know, it's my heart's just not there anymore, man. Yeah, which is fine. Yeah, I mean, you like, yeah, there's got to be something that you still care about, but
I still have
I still appreciate. See, Kevin Smith, I still appreciate it. There's just nothing that I want, and definitely nothing that I want to go that far out of my way for anymore. So, oh well, it was fun while it lasted. We'll see what they can do. That's, you know. Did you see, like, I know
mass warehouse sales are not a good sign.
No, well, the stupid thing is, though, I saw, like, because there's an Arizona Funko group, and the people were complaining there about, you know, they should have limited it, you know, it should have been like 2 per person or whatever. Yeah, sure, but the whole point of the warehouse sale was to sell all this crap that nobody else wanted. Yes. So why would they limit it? Like, they literally wanted to clear this inventory. They didn't care who it went to, and that's totally fine. That was the point of the warehouse sale. So if the store from California came in with 10 deep and like had this organized plan to like block people out so they couldn't get to certain things, like, good on them, man. Funko sold this stuff that they thought they couldn't sell. That was the point of the warehouse sale. Nothing else matters. So I'm sure Funko was happy. They sold out because by Sunday there was like nothing left.
But it's like, there's some stuff they shouldn't have had, right? Like the fun boxes of fun that were at Fun Days.
Yes. They probably should have, and the Fright Night stuff, they probably should have figured out another way to sell those. But again, like, it wasn't an insane amount, right? It was probably a couple cases that they found that, you know, it didn't make sense to put on the website so it'll sell out in a second. They just, maybe they didn't even realize they had. So that's why they did this warehouse sale thing. I don't know. To me, like, from the Funko standpoint, right? Like, if Brian got a report on his desk Monday morning that's, hey, guess what, Brian? We sold all this inventory, right? You know, 98% sellout of all this junk we thought we couldn't get rid of. I bet he was sitting there like, all right, cool, it's a win.
He's like, all right, it's something we can
let's go make
the old stock on the old stock report. You know, like,
exactly. He does it. Yeah, right. The earnings call next week, we're gonna talk about how we cleared out all this inventory. They're not gonna they're not going to like do a, he doesn't care that there was a fight or the police got called and that kind of stuff. That doesn't matter. They sold pops at a warehouse that they didn't have a retail store for. They just had some like folding tables set up, picnic tables set up with some pop stacked on them, and they sold everything they had. That, I'm sure, like CEO desk was a win.
Yeah.
Nothing else mattered. Oh well. All right. Good times. Rant over.
Yep.
Maybe we'll be back next week. Maybe we won't.
We'll see. We'll see.
Do the goodbye thing.
All right. So for episode 234 of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Mike.
And we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.
Scott's out sick.
All right.
I don't know what we pushed now, so I'm just gonna hit end.
End it. Just end it.
See if it works.
Just end it.
Just end it.
Having trouble connecting.
Oh, it's still alive.
Yeah,
it's still
going.
Still going.
Still going. It's not ending. Not ending.
Oh, Larry's frozen.
Good.
Oh, there. Larry unfroze, but it's still alive.
I'm gonna
It's
try to
still alive.
refresh because it won't end.
Oh God.
Nope. What?
Oh,
Hey,
so
we're still alive.
we can't control anything.
No, we can't.
I mean, we could just leave, right?
Actually, you know what we should do? Just leave the computer, leave the camera running, and just see
nobody wants.
like you're not wearing pants.
Not in here sometimes.
Well, of course, that's my work from home setup. Like sometimes you got. Sometimes
Larry's back.
Sometimes you got pants. Sometimes you don't.
Let's see if it works. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Okay.
Maybe.